Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you are all well. So we're diving into another fleet fight that happened last night. We are going to be breaking down what happened, why it happened, and everything that goes down during these fights and why FCs make these decisions. And I know you guys enjoyed this one, so I thought I'd do another one for you. First of all, thank you for watching and tuning into these, guys. Really do appreciate you a lot. Thank you again. So last night there was a fleet that went out. Arcadia Sol took a Cyclone Fleet Issue fleet out, which is a battle cruiser with long-range heavy missiles and a very fast, agile ship. And they took it out into WinterCo space to go and fight Fraternity and friends, and they were met with a Tempest Fleet Issue composition, which was, I think it was 80 to 100 or 80 Tempest Fleet Issues, which is a Navy battleship backed up with Force Auxillary, which is the capital logistics ships, which have insane reps on them. And they kept dropping faxes and bringing more in. And then they also started bringing high-angle weapon dreadnoughts, which are dreadnoughts specialized in neutralizing and destroying sub-capital ships. So Arcadia Sol pinged for more reinforcements after going through a couple wormholes, getting to where we were. We managed to get another 40, 50 Cyclone Fleet Issues with a couple of the support ships in. And what we're going to do in this fight, we're going to break down what happened, why it happened, why the FC made those choices, and we are going to look into it for that without the elevator music this time. So as the fight kicks off, we immediately turn onto the Balgorn, which is a primary target for one, the nukes on the Logi, two, the webs that that thing can have because of its bonuses. It's a huge threat to this fleet. So the first target is broadcasted and everyone starts hitting that immediately.
Next broadcast.
As that Balgorn goes down, that is webs, huge nukes off field now, and as you can see, the enemies are starting to jump in some dreadnoughts and some Force Auxiliaries, which again starts escalating the fight to a point where CFIs may not be able to hold the grid, and we then start picking off Tempest Fleet Issues to test just to see how effective their logistics is. As you can see, their battleships, which are double armor plated, double 1600 plated, are still dying to the huge volley from these missiles. Now, heavy interdictors can put a scram on the FC, which stops our anchor, which will slow the entire fleet down, which is why that thing was primaried instantly because it got too close. Logistics is starting to hold as the constant communication between the logistics wing, which is at the back, as they are not quite as fast as the Cyclone Fleet Issues, and they have to keep constant communication to let the FC know if they're holding or if they're breaking. But as you can see, Fraternity's Tempest Fleet Issue Force Auxiliaries is not holding from the Alpha.
Hard switch to the top broadcast. Switch to mic and switch to mic.
When you hear in a fleet hard switch, that means drop all targets and instantly start shooting that one. One, because the FC needs that ship removed immediately, and two, Force Auxiliaries cannot get lock and get reps landing quick enough for the Alpha to stop to save that ship.
Next broadcast.
You've got 3 triage here.
So as one of the fleet members just reported there, they have 3 triage Force Auxiliaries on grid now, which is a staggering amount of reps if they can land in time. But currently, as you will see just in the top right, the reps are not landing in time because look at all of those missiles going. It's just too much for the reps to land in time, purely because the armor reps on a Force Auxiliary the actual reps land at the end of the cycle, whereas a shield, they land at the start of the cycle. So armor have that slight disadvantage when it comes to being primaried, but if you stagger the reps on a Force Auxiliary and you manage to land them in time, you can make a ship pretty much indestructible.
Mr. Penguin, System Mr. Penguin, System Mr. Penguin.
as you can see, still with 3 Force Auxiliaries, capital logistics ships, and a Guardian wing, so a wing of Tech 2 armor logistics ships. They are still not holding some of these battleships. Now, some of it is if the battleship broadcasts on time, they will get reps. If they delay by a little bit, they will just completely evaporate. And as you can see on here, we are orbiting, trying to keep our momentum as high as possible to stop these guns of theirs tracking us, because they are artillery fit Tempests, which hit extremely hard if they manage to land. So things like hyenas at range with webs, with target painters. Loads of target painters will make a Cyclone Fleet Issue the size of a keep start, and which will allow artillery to hit no problem. But as you can see, Fraternity are starting to drop more and more caps on grid, because whether it was true or not, the pings that were going out to internally to Fraternity were saying we're losing battleships, we need more faxes, we need more dreads on grid. And this is just a Cyclone Fleet issue. Again, I don't know how true that was, but that's what was told.
Amra, what keep your props?
PI spot.
Now here is again that hard switch call, because the reps the ship we were hitting wasn't dying quick enough, so we had to switch to change the damage coming in for another ship to try and alpha it.
How are we doing? We're holding people broadcast soon enough.
This is where the call comes in to start testing one of their apostles, their Force Auxiliaries, on how much damage we can actually inflict, to see if we can destroy it or break it, or if the tank on it is extremely strong. And it does turn out to be quite strong on that. Now, I did happen because I was zoomed in looking at what was going on with the apostle. I didn't pay attention to being yellow boxed, and I didn't broadcast in time, so it was my own fault, unfortunately, there. But I do reship, and we'll get back out here. So as I have reshipped, got another Cyclone and got straight back into the fray, we are going back with another 40 or 50 of us to assist in trying to keep fighting this fight, basically. Again, they have the battleships, they have the Force Auxiliaries, and they have their dreadnoughts not on grid this time. We are currently waiting for the FC to bring the rest of the fleet to the reinforcements, which you will see them land in a second, and then we decloak and we all start orbiting again.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, decloak, prop on anchor up. 3, 2, 1, decloak, prop on anchor.
Once again, we have jumped right into their fleet, and we're looking at start getting some frags. We've gone for the Damnation, an extremely tanky ship in this sort of scenario. So applied a little bit of heat to try and make sure that we can get him down, and then the FC calls to switch target, as it doesn't seem like we're breaking him due to the probably being pre-locked by the Force Auxiliaries already.
Hit hardest, boys, we're getting shot.
I think he's gonna hold. We'll see. He's still okay.
He's still bleeding.
As expected, pretty locked by Force Auxiliaries, and he catches all reps and he just goes up. So, as you can see, we ain't breaking that, so it's time to go back onto these TFIs to see if we can catch one that hasn't been targeted by the Force Auxiliaries yet, and see if we can start popping them again.
Logic, keep reinforcement logic, keep a range on LA 1000.
Props up, props up, props up, props up, props up, props up, props up. Defender, defender, props up, defender, props up.
Now, in a doctrine that normally relies on speed to stop being hit, calling for props on may sound like suicide, but when the bombs of a bomber wing from Fraternity has launched bombs at our fleet, and with a micro-warp drive on, it boosts your signature radius, which allows the actual bomb, to apply more damage. The higher your sig radius, the more damage it will apply. Especially for the Logi ships, that's not good, because with their micro-warp drive on, they're much bigger than the are, but with it off, they won't take as much damage. And this was a very well placed bombing run, and it did cause a lot of damage. So that's why the FC was saying turn your props off very quickly, basically, because we would have took too much damage otherwise. So soon as the bomb threat is gone, then it's props back on, get moving again. It didn't take too much of my shields off, just under half, and we can get moving and start shooting some of these battleships again.
Props on. Partners on, drugs green.
Archer, stop broadcast. Archer, stop broadcast.
This is why the hard switch is so effective. If you watch that battleship we are shooting now, you will see a hard switch causes a lot of damage, and then you just see the Logi reps start to land as he is starting to explode. That's how quickly you need to be with these hard switches.
Guys, wake up with the broadcasts.
Forest, prop on. Zoom out, buddy.
So as you're about to see, we are struggling to start breaking these faxes because, the reps on these faxes, because they've got 7 of them on grid now. I think they had 16 dreadnoughts and 7 Force Auxiliaries in the end for our CFI fleet, which is a little bit too much for the CFI fleet. So we do attempt to keep going, and I think we lose quite a lot of members. And you can see a bomb wing caught a couple basilisks on the on that bombing run just below the fleet. Then, and yeah, so more dreads, more faxes coming in. So it's time to start looking at disengaging.
Not panic, just rep.
Prop off, prop off, prop off, prop off, prop off. Everybody just go prop off. We're just gonna stay close to these guys. Keep shooting this impossible.
Logic, hit your reps, hit your reps.
Good to go into iPad and get to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ark, do you want us to start switching over to Fury?
You should have Fury. I never switch. Should always be Fury. I never switch.
You getting smart bomb or something?
It's fine.
Big 03.
Orbit me at 10, orbit me at 10, orbit me at 10. Orbit me at 10, orbit me at 10, orbit me at 10, orbit me at 10, orbit me at 10.
Lodge orbit delay 2.5, please.
Switch to another Fury then, switch to like Navy. Props off.
Top up the watch.
Listen.
So after testing the Apostles rep and its tank roll a little for about a minute or so, we then switch over to this Scorpion Navy issue, which is sat at 0 on near enough 0 on us smart bombing, which is mitigating a lot of damage because a full rack of smart bombs equally like cycled and spread out on the cycle time, staggered, sorry, that will destroy missiles, which again absolutely nukes our DPS. And he's got his own dedicated Force Auxiliary to keep him alive, but that is a lot of tank that he's got, so it's probably a very expensive Scorpion fit with its own dedicated Minakawa for reps, so that thing is probably not going to break. But as you can see, it's at the end of the engagement, they've got a bit too much for us, so we start moving on.
Switch over to 5, switch over to 5 on me, switch over to 5 on me.
Bomb, bomb, bomb.
Yeah, make sure props are off. Defend it, please.
Arc, we have the low targets, a lot of them. Logic, keep hitting your reps.
Alright. Align broadcast, props on, align broadcast, props on, align broadcast, props on, align broadcast, props on. Align broadcast, props on, align broadcast, props on, align broadcast, props on. Free fire dictors, free fire dictors, free fire dictors, free fire dictors, free fire dictors. Missiles on the devoter, missiles on the devoter, missiles on the devoter.
Request permission to warp Jesse.
Negative. Grid spread. Grid red. Grid red. Align broadcast.